Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Just Joe Thoughts. I'm your host, Joe. Are you an active listener? Really? Are you an active listener? Do you know what it means to be an active listener? Right. So, okay. I'm sure most people, we all would say that communication is extremely important, right? In order to understand one another, we definitely must communicate, which means we must be able to actually listen. Communication is not so much about what you have to say and also being heard and being understood. That is one aspect of it. However, it is also about being capable and willing and able to actively listen, to actively give your full undivided attention. And in doing so, right, oftentimes where communication breaks down is that men don't necessarily feel that they're being understood, and women don't necessarily feel that they are being validated. So now where the communication breaks down is the woman is listening to see if what she's saying is being validated. She's not fully listening. And the man is listening to see if he's being understood. So he's not fully listening. What happens there is that both aren't fully listening. What matters at that moment is that the man is simply thinking and caring about what he is expressing, as the woman is fully thinking and caring about what she is expressing. But no one is actually taking in both expressions. The man is not taking in what she is trying to be validated about, and the woman is not taking in what he's trying to be understood about, right? So that's when communication breaks down. So and I'm sure the men would be like, no, I'm hearing you, I'm listening, I understand where you're coming from, right? And when men say that, when we say this as men, basically what we're saying is that we hear what is coming out of your mouth, we understand the meaning of those words and what those words mean, and we may have a disagreement with those words because those words doesn't necessarily reflect an understanding of what I'm saying, right? However, what the man is not picking up is that she is seeking validation. She could be dead ass wrong. It doesn't matter if she's wrong or right. She don't care about that. Women, tell me if I'm wrong or not. Put it in the comments. All right? She don't care about that. She wants to be validated. She wants to know that I know I ain't crazy. She wants to know that she ain't crazy. She wants to know that she understood it from the way that she sees it. Right? Because oftentimes what we all do as human beings is that we provide an interpretation of what we see, of what we hear. And our interpretation will be based from our own personal worldview and understanding. So it may not always align with who we're dealing with. So what happened is there is no actual active listening. And we're fighting with one another. I want to be heard. I want to be validated, right? But there is no real listening here, and it becomes very, very difficult because both feel that they're not being heard. See, like men and women, we're not the same, and we have to understand that we're not going to see things in the same way, right? Women are far more emotional with their logic. So validation, what they're saying, they want it to be accepted. It could be dead ass wrong, but it doesn't matter. They still want to be accepted. So, and then of course the man, he wants to be understood. Right? He wants to be understood. That's pretty much the bottom line here. So basically, I think the solution here is, if you're not being understood, stop taking that personal. And that may be very, very hard. As a man, I could tell you it's hard to not take it personal, to not feel like, man, like, why can't you just listen to the actual words and take it for its actual meaning, you know, and understand what I'm saying, where I'm coming from. We have to accept that she's probably not ready to understand. And you can't force an understanding. You can't. And you know, ladies, you have to understand that, you know what? He probably don't fully understand you, and that you need validation. He doesn't see it. And he may not see it at that moment in that time. So what do? Just don't take it personal. I know it's hard. You know, it's hard not to take it personal when you feel like, man, you know, like, why can't you just hear me? Why can't you just feel me? Right? And that's how we feel, right? However, it's not always that simple. It's not always that easy. The best thing that we can do is, you know, don't take it too personal. That's the best that we can do. Don't take it too personal, you know. And just accept that it's all good. Right? You may not accept it right now, but you know what? Let's talk about this some other time. You know, sometimes just take a break. Sometimes you're not always ready. Sometimes, you know, you can be extremely stubborn. And two stubborn people will continuously bump heads. You know, because you're too stubborn and stuck in being right with how you choose to see things. So do your best, I guess. Like, do your best to try to understand, especially if you're a man. Understand, look, she just needs to be validated, right? It's like, just, you know, she sees things and understand it from her worldview. Accept it, because that's her worldview, right? And maybe if you accept her validation, she'll probably come along, and more than likely she will come along to your understanding. And by the time she does, yeah, she may just apologize, or she may not. But you know, like, a lot of women, they don't say I'm sorry. They have other ways to say I'm sorry. You know, it is what it is. Some do, some don't, you know. But you know, at some point, that one or the other have to just give in. Okay, if you find yourself keep bumping heads, and you love one another, and you know what, I love this woman, you know, take the time to just relax, just chill. Don't take it personal. And it's very difficult, trust me. I know, I'm speaking from experience here. Okay, so it is very difficult, but you know, if this person truly cares for you, truly loves you, and this is just a moment of high passion, a moment where one needs to feel validated, you know, like do your best to understand that, you know, and it may not be easy, because you're so emotionally in tune to what you're feeling, what you're going through, and sometimes it's hard to see the other. You know, that's just part of life. So that all that means is that there's still some personal growth there that needs to be made, you know. And you must be able to see that within yourself, that you know what, I need to uh, be a bit more patient and a bit more lenient, and not take it too personal. And and just trust the person that you're with. Just trust one another, and if that trust is there. And what I mean by trust, like, trust is if this person truly have your back, truly love you. If you know that this woman have your back and she love you, and you trust in that, then let go of this disagreement. Just let it go. Let it go. All right. Revisit it later, because once your head is calm, once time has passed, and you allow yourself to really calm down, then you can properly see and understand and see where she's coming from, so then she gets the validation that she needs. And then that's when she will actually hear you and get the understanding that you need. Sometimes you just have to find a way to be calm and cool, and trust that the love that you have for each other is true. Just your thoughts. Peace.